expects goals this evening, and away we go. Another goal! And they've scored! And that was easy. Unbelievable! A headline and scoreline for the Lionesses. Quite extraordinary.
Yes, a great game to get the Arnold Clark Cup underway. The most successful side in Europe against Europe's most in-form outfit. We know how good Germany's pedigree is in women's football, and although Spain haven't won anything at senior level yet, believe me, this is a side to take seriously, and their wait for international glory shouldn't last much longer. Such a strong Barcelona influence in this Spain side. What sort of show can they put on this afternoon against a depleted Germany side? Anthems first.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Riverside Stadium, home of Middlesbrough Football Club. This afternoon, the venue for the first ever Arnold Clark. Please be resounding in large numbers from Spain and first Germany.
Germany against Spain coming up very shortly. We're about to watch two of the best nations in world football lock horns. And a very strong side for Spain, but Germany, without a host of key players due to injuries, illness and positive COVID tests, including 5 from Bundesliga giants Wolfsburg, but one Wolfsburger player does start in the shape of talented defender Lena Oberdorf, who's effective in midfield too. Well, Spain without captain Irene Paredes, but still able to feature 9 of the Barcelona side who have beaten all before them in the past year, including the FIFA best player and Ballon d'Or winner Alexia Putellas, and the runner-up for that award, Spain's record goal scorer Jennifer Hermoso. Well, there is the best player in the world at the moment, Alexia Putellas, who so influential in Barcelona's Champions League victory against Chelsea last year, well on their way to defending their title as well. Well, Spain have never beaten Germany but they've never been as good as they are now. And away we go for game one of the Arnold Clark Cup between two current European heavyweights. What Germany will we get today? What can Spain display? Well, Siobhan, an intriguing matchup, this one, against a side who love to keep the ball and dominate the game. And Germany, well, you feel they're adaptable to anything.
A really intriguing game, and I'm really looking forward to watching it. Spain, we know how phenomenally talented they are on the ball. They just pop it around for fun. Germany, we know how talented they are as well. That they're just winners, aren't they? The number of tournaments that they've won over the years, we know what we're going to get. They're organised, and they'll press high up the pitch, as they have done here. So it'll be a really interesting matchup between the two of them.
The first little duel there between Bonmati in that midfield for Spain and Derbritz for Germany, who's captaining them in the absence of Alexandra Popp. The PSG midfielder knows she's going to have a busy afternoon. Leon, the centre half, to take this free kick for Spain. Right at the start, looking to put on some early pressure. Leon sends it in, and this is going to be awkward, but it's well defended in there. Well defended, but it's really interesting how deep Germany set up to defend that. They were pretty much on their 6-yard line, not giving their goalkeeper any opportunity to come out and claim anything there, and any touch, that's in the back of the net. Yeah, Oberdorf dominant there in defence. Another player who knows they're going to be busy in this game, but Germany look to impose themselves, but there's that pressure from Spain already, putting that press on. Big play from Patrick Guijarro at the base of that midfield, snapping into the tackle as well, and Spain already on top here and already piling on the pressure, and Badje looking to play it in. Bonmati plays it back to Guijarro. And we're only a couple of minutes in, and already we can see the Spain template. Magul trying to relieve that early pressure already. Think how dominant the USA are, or have been. They love to start games early, and that's what Spain have tried to do. Patrick Guijarro, and back it goes to start again. Caldente back to Panos. So many of these Spain players know each other so well. It's Pereira. It's her usual partner at international level and club level at the moment. But she knows Leon pretty well as well. Badje forward. Only 2 players in this side who don't play for Barcelona. Both those players who don't play for Barcelona are down that right-hand side, but Anna Badje, who you know very well, Siobhan.
Yeah, she's been fantastic for Manchester United since she signed last year. One of the players that week in, week out puts in brilliant performances, whether she's playing right back or left back. She attacks well, she defends well, and she's an all-round really talented player.
Well, they're already breaking away here, Schürrle, and this is promising. Brand with a shot, snapshot, Panos gets down, couldn't hold it and had to be cleared away by Wahabi.
That's where Spain have to stay switched on. Germany will commit bodies forward, and when they're out of shape at the back, that's the opportunity for Germany to take. But they're not going to get too many, so they need to be ruthless, which is something we'd normally come to see from a German side.
Of course, despite Spain's dominance in 2021, they haven't or didn't play a team of the calibre of Germany in that calendar year. So, tests all round for the credentials of those who have been touted as the favourites for the Euros. Leon gets it back, also comfortable on the ball, and they've tried to create overloads everywhere as well, but didn't quite come off there.
Spain are definitely overloading those areas because they like to pop it around 1 and 2 touch, but Germany are overloading as well. Their work rate at the moment is fantastic, and it's going to have to stay that way for the entire 90 minutes. They're going to have to get bodies around the ball and work so hard to be able to win it back.
Yes, the Germans led by Martina Voss-Tecklenburg, and a player who won the Euros. But now as manager, hoping to bring back the glory days, and the high level and expectations of German football means that them winning Olympic gold in 2016 as their last trophy is ages ago for them.
It is, and they've got extremely high standards and an extremely huge history, which they'll want to kind of keep that going, get results, and start developing a little bit more in tournaments again, which they haven't done over the past recent years.
Here's Hermoso. And Mappy Leon. Already plenty of touches for those in red. Badje, back it goes. Ferreira now stepping to midfield and switching the play. Hachi Guijarro, who, to make the comparison, sits at the base of that midfield for Spain.
She does a brilliant job for them there as well. Just drops in, she'll drop into the back line if she wants to get on the ball, and she'll dictate play for them. She allows Bonmati and Putellas to bomb on, to be able to make those piercing runs in between, and just shields that back line.
Here's Putellas exploding into action. Couldn't pick the pass that time. Spain side will be familiar to people who would have seen their match against Arsenal this season, both matches in which they dominated against a side who were at the time leading the WSL. This Brand is losing out, Wahabi likewise. But despite the reputation that Spain have at the moment, they didn't always have that reputation. Jorge Vilda joining in 2015 after long-serving manager Ignacio Carrera, who was in charge from 1988 to 2015. It's a good ball played forward by Badje. Putellas to pick that pass. Bonmati couldn't get on the end of that one, and Dalman in there shuffling in, covering. Germany committing plenty of numbers back in defence, as you have to against Spain. Ball trying to break forward quickly, but Spain doing it instead and tossing in the cross. Raul got ahead to that one. Putellas going for the snapshot. There was just enough of a tackle in there for Germany to get it away. Wahabi. Guijarro. Yeah, all done. Bonmati. Back they go, starting again. They're patient, looking to find the pass. Putellas. And the cover there from Feldkamp. Busy back there, Germany, but they would have expected that.
Yeah, very busy. They've got to be so organised and have such good communication within that back line and those central midfielders to take the runners that come on the back shoulder constantly. There's so much movement for Spain that it's going to be difficult to keep hold of.
Hermoso takes the corner short, trying to catch that Germany defence out. Dalman clears it away. Mappy Leon. Hermoso. Down the line it goes, but just ran out of play in the end. Caldente, Mariona Caldente, plays in their forward areas. They've got the corner here, Spain. Jenny Hermoso to take this corner for Spain. Decent one as well. Froome's got something on that. Good distance on the punch. Wahabi. And Badje forward, and it should be collected. Well, Froome's. They have depth in that area, Germany.
They do. They've got such talented goalkeepers. Schultz obviously not available, but you've still got Berger on the bench as well, who's been outstanding over the last couple of years for Chelsea, and I'm sure she'll be looking to get some game time this tournament.
Quick break here from Germany, and moving it well. And Brands, can she get to this? Flags up. It's hard for it to go up, but it did. But one of the standout young players this season, Jule Brand.
Great back line there from Spain, held really well, just went offside, but it's an opportunity for Germany, and that's the kind of opportunities they need to take. If they can break quickly when Spain are out of shape, they're going to get those chances, and they've got to take them.
Germany carrying that threat already. Oberdorf, who can power through the midfield as well. Sends that ball on to a Schürrle. Schürrle helping it on. Brands trying to put Wahhabi under pressure.
Brand seems to be the most lively of this German attacking threat at the moment. She's definitely got a physical presence and putting Wahhabi under pressure every single time she gets the ball.
Here's Brands. Wahhabi in with a good challenge there. Guijarro looking to mop up. There's Mappy Leon. Spain, after being a side, promising side, who we're expecting to explode, now there's some expectation around them.
There is, and it's really interesting how teams adapt to that. When you're an underdog, it's easy to go into a game and say, there's no pressure on us, we'll go out there, we'll enjoy it, we'll show them what we can do. The pressure ramps up. It's kind of, how do you deal with that? How do you put your performances on when everyone's saying, oh, they need to win anyway?
A bit of an error there after good high pressure from Germany. Mappy Leon.
It's going to be a tough ask here for Germany to be able to continue to press like this. That's when they're going to get joy, because they can cause those errors, but also the ability Spain have to be able to pop it around and play out. They can't afford to commit too many bodies to that attack, because they'll get done in behind.
A corner for Germany. Sarah Derbritz, the captain, to take. Plenty forward, and they're strong in this area, the German side, and it's sent in. Oberdorf attacking it. Spain clear their lines. And the shot from Gwyn, who came starred, you might say, at the last World Cup. In a midfield role, now at full-back for Germany. Guijarro looking for the pass to Sariegi and finding her. And they do have bodies forward here, Spain, and the pullback was smart, but didn't find its target. They win it straight back, Spain. And it's Guijarro again with a foot in. And the poise on the ball as well. Mati tried to find the pass, but even if they do go astray with the pass, Spain, they're quick to try and hassle and win it back. Ajay couldn't quite keep her footing there.
Yeah, it's brilliant work rate from Spain. You can go on all day and talk all day about how good they are technically, how good they are on the ball, popping it around. But it's their work rate off the ball. When they lose it, the transition period to win it back within 1 and 2 passes, that's what enables them to play such good football.
Ball helping it on. Patri Guijarro. Wahhabi. Caldente changing up positions now. Hermoso moving, trying to shift and open up that Germany defence. Not holding still, staying still. And that ball, Gwyn makes a mess of that, but the goalkeeper should mop up. Heart in mouth there for Julia Gwyn, who is one of the most promising players in her position.
She had an unbelievable World Cup, kind of breakout year with the national team, but got very lucky here with a very sliced back pass to the goalkeeper, who I'm sure would have been grateful for that bounce.
And that's the other thing, they do force you into mistakes, Spain. Don't always beat you by passing through you. Pereira to defend that well, and Germany are in here. Ball! A snapshot goes wide. She's usually sharper than that, but not on that occasion.
Again, it was Brand causing the problems. This time she comes central. She comes and picks up the ball so well. And a perfectly balanced pass into ball. Just couldn't manage to hit the target. A great opportunity for Germany, though.
Yeah, Clara Bull, who scored the winner against England in their last meeting. Putellas releasing Wahhabi down that side, who showed a good turn of pace with a cover from Oberdorf again.
Germany have been organised so far. They've got bodies in places where they need to be. They've banked up in numbers, but they've still had the ability to counter-attack when they need to. They haven't been clinical enough yet, but they've shown potential.
Debritz, and they're breaking quickly as well, aren't they? To exploit that space. Arsenal did try that tactic against Barcelona, and it didn't quite work. But so far, Germany have had chances. Strange to consider them the underdogs in a game like this. There's Badger. Wahhabi. Now Caldente. Haro exchanging passes to get that passing flow going, Spain. Sariegi. She can't link up. And the quick German break begins again with Ball, who carries the ball well. Challenge in there from Pereira. Putellas on Mati. But Germany working really hard and winning the ball back. Dahlmann. Raul. Down the line and they're finding space. Brands. And they've got bodies forward here as well. Brands sending it in. She's been causing problems to that Spain defence already. We've only played about 16 minutes, but so many intriguing elements to this match already. Putellas protects the ball well. Brings it away. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Raul. Debritz. Oberdorf. Should have made a run through the middle, and it had to be cut out, and was very calmly by Pereira. Hermoso. But this is a good spell for Germany. Win. Despite them missing all the important players that they are missing, it's the country that has depth, footballing depth. And confidence in their play at the moment. Oberdorf to Magul. Tidy player, Bayern Munich midfielder. And again, they're trying to break the line. That option is there, and they are finding some joy.
That option is there, and they had 4 players up against Spain's back line there. So they are willing to commit bodies to the attack, which is really promising for this match, because the more it opens up, the more opportunities there's going to be for both teams.
Makes it so much watchable for that reason. Caldente. Wahhabi. Caldente. And that's helped on nicely to Hermoso. And Hermoso's shot, snapshot, had bodies flying forward. Lovely touch in there from Putellas as well.
Great movement, great touch that comes through, and Hermoso probably makes it a bit easy for the goalkeeper there. Good defending from Germany, narrowed down that angle to make it comfortable for throws, but probably their best opportunity so far.
Germany losing the ball. Here's a chance for Spain. Putellas lines one up and puts it over. Not to be, but Spain did knock 8 past Scotland in their last match, a qualifier for the World Cup.
Spain definitely aren't shot shy, are they? They've got goal scorers, and I think that's probably historically what's been their problem. They dominate matches, they pass the ball, they have so much possession, but have they had the ability to be clinical, to be ruthless, to go out there and win those important matches? That's going to be their test at the moment.
Putellas did score in that game against Scotland. Dominant display that sees them lead their qualification group. Pereira. Experienced member of that back line. See already, Panos looking to build from the back. But Germany made that tricky for Spain. They've worked that out to Badje. Bit of room for her. Bonmati looking for that switch and finding it. Wahhabi. And now she can get away. Numbers forward here for Spain. Amoso's in there, didn't gamble. Claimed by Frooms.
Wahhabi got lucky there with the touch from Rao, but plays in a brilliant ball that just wasn't quite good enough for Hermoso to get on the end of it. And then Sariegi coming in at the back post as well, but another promising opportunity for Spain.
And again, Germany trying to play out, and there's that Spanish pressure. But no damage done to Germany so far.
I think Germany will probably be quite surprised with how much possession they've had of the ball. You go into a game against Spain, especially with the state of both squads at the moment, I'd imagine Germany would have said, look, we know Spain are going to dominate possession. They're going to have a lot of the ball. We've got to bide our time. But when we take the opportunities, when we get the ball back, we've got to be good with the ball. But they've had a lot of it.
We saw Lucia Garcia there warming up, who was a member of the World Cup squad in 2019. I wonder if that's a suggestion that there's a problem.
Looks like it's potentially Caldente. Seems to have taken a hit somehow.
Yeah, her reaction says how she feels at the moment. Is she going to be able to continue? Mariana Caldente. There's an excellent goal-scoring record for Spain, 17 goals and 46 caps. But a dependable player from Athletic Club, Lucia Garcia, for Spain. Important part of Vilda's system when they attempted to overcome world champions, the USA, in the last World Cup. Part of his game plan, Lucia Garcia, an important part of that. But you can see Caldente, well, that suggests she's got a problem that might go even beyond this match here.
It's not a game where you need to take a risk. It's a friendly tournament. Yes, you want to give game time to your players. You want to understand that the best formation and the best team that you've got ahead of the Euros, but you don't need to pick up any unnecessary injuries. You don't need to make injuries worse. So it's a sensible decision for me to take her off and get her recovering as quickly as possible.
So the Barcelona player goes off, and the Basque player, Lucia Garcia, her chance to impress. Applying strapping to the right thigh of Caldente. Hopefully she'll be able to recover in time for the game against England on Sunday. And there it is. Bonmati. Sariegi. Pereira. Patri Guijarro. Bonmati. That's a searching pass. Wahhabi almost took it in her strides, but Bonmati, not the first time she's played that switch pass. And then Happy Leon brought down, in no uncertain terms, by Dalman.
Looked like quite a painful one there as well. Definitely caught her right on her knee, especially in this cold English weather. I'm sure the Spanish players won't appreciate that too much.
No, not at all. Hermoso not moving too well either.
She'll definitely be a player they don't want to lose. She's so important to this side. Not just goal scoring, but she leads them as well.
Now can Germany get that tackle in and explode away? Not quite. Well, now they can. And Magul couldn't get on the end of it. And Paños clearing up to halfway. Putellas, lovely touch to get it back to Guijarro. Putellas again. Trying to close her down, but she's hard to pin down. It's Guijarro. Aitana Bonmati. And you'll notice that the Spanish players, they have their first names on the back of their shirt, a lot of them. Ajay, an exception to that. Pereira. Now, Patrick Guijarro. Side of part of the Spanish sides that done very well at youth level in the last 10 years. Hermoso. Leon. Leon again into Hermoso. Allowed to turn and feeding into Putellas. Trying to slide it through. Appealing for handball. Referee says arm by her side.
On first sight, that looked like handball, and seeing that replay again, her arm's definitely out. It's definitely not by her side. That's a strong decision there from the referee, and one that could have gone the other way quite easily.
Her arm certainly wasn't by her side, that's for sure. Whether it was in the penalty area is another matter. Pereira. Sariegi. Bonmati. That's a classy player in that midfield. Aitana Bonmati. Pereira. Now Hermoso takes it on, dropping off the front. Lucia Garcia, Putellas. It's Garcia, Putellas. Starting to link up a lot more successfully after Germany's decent spell. Putellas. Ball working hard. Plenty of young players in this German team, plenty of energy, and they're going to need it.
They are, and they're working really hard in the middle of the pitch, and we see this challenge again. It's definite handball for me. As you said, the question is it inside the box? Oh, just outside potentially. She's been very lucky with that decision. For me, that was a definite free kick, whether or not a penalty to Spain.
Yeah, the decision made by Tess Olofsson, the Swedish referee. Tight one. Here's Pereira. Bonmati. Badje. Here's Patrick Guijarro, bringing it forward. Now Garcia. Wide it goes. Wahabi. Hermoso. Leon, helped on by Putellas, lovely touch, lovely football from Spain, flags up. Wouldn't have counted. Garcia towards goal, but that was slick football from Spain.
And that's exactly what we've come to expect from Spain. 1- and 2-touch passing, brilliant from Putellas. She'd have been offside at the time, but she'll be very grateful of an offside flag. Putting that wide of the post there, you'd expect, regardless, it's got to be on target. You've got to make the goalkeeper work from there.
Well, already we've seen glimpses of Spain's quality. Already we've seen glimpses that Germany can be very effective on the counter-attack as well. No goals so far, the first half an hour, but plenty of interest, no doubt. Look at that for a pass through, a Bonmati with a trademark run through the middle. Needs some support. Garcia tried to backkill that into the path of Wahabi, who then tried to do the same to her. Who couldn't get it away. Badje, and that's through to Frooms. But they're showing those little glimpses of quality and those little touches, Spain.
Until that through ball there to Bonmati through the centre of the pitch, Germany have done really well to annihilate any kind of threat centrally. Putellas and Bonmati really like to make runs from deep. They like to make that third man run straight through the middle, and it's really difficult for Germany to pick up. But at the moment, they're defending centrally really well and just shielding Spain out wide a little bit, saying, we'll protect the centre of our goal, and you can have it out wide where you're less of a threat.
Well, the sides can make 6 substitutions each. Those have to be made in 3 slots, though. So there's the chance to rotate. So Germany can push hard, and Oberdorf there. They've just hurt herself a little bit in the challenge on Garcia.
With the number of changes Germany have already had to make, given that their squad change, the players they've lost with injury pre-tournament and then those with COVID, it'll be a real test to the depth of their squad this tournament.
Putellas releases Wahabi. Wahabi tried to dig the cross out, covering challenge from Oberdorf, who's been everywhere really back there for Germany.
Oberdorf's done really well to step out when she needs to cover her fullback. You know that you've got to give support to your fullback, especially when you've got an overlapping player from the wing, from the wide areas, to be able to come out and say, I can give you that support and I can cover you, and out for a corner.
Spain do with it. Hermoso hangs it in there. Putellas rises. She is good in the air, scored a header against England in the She Believes Cup 2020. But on that occasion, couldn't divert it towards goal.
Don't normally associate Spain with that physical presence from set pieces, but they've definitely got the players in there that can cause you problems and can score goals.
Despite dominating possession, they haven't created too many chances, haven't troubled Frooms too much. Can they hear? Putellas. Be shown sort of touches, reflect her quality. Patry as well, Guijaro in that midfield. There's Putellas. Wahabi out to Hermoso. Bonmati. Hermoso leaves it. Nicely done. The pullback, but the cover was there once again from Oberdorf. In the right place again for Germany. Playing at the centre of defence, but can play in midfield as well. Is impressed in that area. What a player, what a promising player.
And Germany will be incredibly grateful that she wasn't the ones to test positive with COVID, given the number of Wolfsburg players that they've lost from this squad.
And she is okay. 5 missing for Wolfsburg. But the German champions are actually Bayern Munich, the reigning champions. Their first Bundesliga win since 2016. Racking up the fouls at the moment, Germany, but that's won't bother them too much. Bonmati, loose pass from her. One quickly back, Badje. Putellas takes the ball away from Oberdorf. That's not been easy. Garcia. Garcia shot! Just wide.
Brilliant again from Putellas. That's where Garcia wants to be receiving it. She cuts in onto her right foot and nearly curls that in towards that far post. That's where we want to see the opportunities opening up for Spain.
Gwyn hasn't been able to show much as an attacking presence so far. Magul to her Bayern teammate. Gwyn sliding it through now. The flag's going to stay down here. And the snapshot taken there by Schürrle. I don't think she was offside. Either way, chance missed.
Brand was definitely offside. She just couldn't hold her line enough, but Schürrle was definitely on. I think she just gambled the fact that she thought she might have been off and took it a little bit too early. She had time to travel with the ball and take her shot a little bit later.
Putellas forward, finding those passes, but Germany finding the interceptions. Ball. Gwyn. Tanyos away. Derbritz does well. That one back. Oberdorf. That's cut out. Putellas. And then the challenge from Guijaro. And a yellow card as well, which she's surprised by. But there has been a fair few fouls so far.
I can understand the frustration with that yellow card. It looked pretty innocuous. Yes, innocuous. Yes, it was a foul. Yes, it's a free kick, but I'm not sure if it was necessarily a yellow card. Maybe, as you said, a combination of fouls just adding up over the period of the game so far.
Magul. Magul again. Debritz making a break forward. Gwyn with a nice touch. Trying to help it on to Bull. Here's Clara Bull. Magul. Nice feet from her. Back to Bull. Good football from Germany. Cross hung in as well. And good defending in the back post, Wahabi.
Brilliant combination play here. Just a tidy little back heel. Great cross in, and Bram was coming in at that back post. Again, looking lively, and it's a brilliant header clear from Wahabi to give it out for a corner.
Yeah, Brand really impressed with Hoffenheim this season. Scored against Arsenal in the Champions League. The left foot of Debritz with the corner. Panos claims and takes it really well. The goalkeeper of the Champions League last season.
Delivery was far too easy from Germany there. Goalkeeper shouldn't just be able to come out and claim it unchallenged. For Germany, you're not going to get that many set pieces. You've got to be more clinical with them, more deliberate on their areas of delivery.
Leon did well. And a challenge going across from Raul. Timed it perfectly. A significant presence from Bayern Munich in this side. Hermoso. Guijarro. Now Badje working it on Mati. Tidy play, back it goes, Guijarro. She's just slipping there, she tried to help it on. Pereira. Putellas. Germany holding their shape. Forcing Spain to go more direct, and that's what Guijarro does. Hermoso. Block came in. I think it was Oberdorf again. Time cleared away by Feldkamp. Busy this Germany back four. And their midfield as well. Magul sliding in, but Spain still have it. Sarriegi couldn't take it. And Feldkamp clears away. Another of the Hoffenheim contingent. Spain remain on the attack, coming forward again, and that should be a free kick to Germany. Garcia disagrees, but it will be a foul on Raul. And do we have to give Germany a lot of credit for their discipline defensively?
Most definitely. I think they'll be the happier of the two teams going into half-time. We've got 5 or 6 minutes left of that, but if it goes in as it is, Germany will definitely be the happier. They've done well when they've had the ball. They've defended well. They've been organised, and they've probably done everything their coach has asked them to do so far this half.
But Spain win that ball back. Patri Guijarro. Bonmati. Sarriegi. Oh, lovely play to get away from Gwyn. Try to pull it back as well, but there's always a white shirt on the cover. Badje. Pereira sends it in. Once again, clearing their lines. Pereira. Windy Riverside. Spain keeping that ball under control. Badje on Mati. Mati again. She's seeing plenty of the ball at the moment. Leon. Wahhabi. Down the line it goes. Garcia tried to pull it back. Raul. Something on that clearance. Couldn't hold up there, Schürrle. Will this pressure from Spain eventually tell? That is the question in this first half. Wahhabi. Wahhabi digs the cross out. Sariegi looking to attack it, but Frooms across, claims. And Germany still keeping Spain out. Here's Brands. Gwyn. And I suppose that when you don't have the ball for a period of time, you have to remember how to pass it to your teammates sometimes, that pressure.
You do, but Germany have done really well on the ball so far. They forced Spain into making long deliveries from wide areas. That's not their game. They want to play nice short passes, intricate play into the box. But they've defended really well in numbers, and it's causing problems for Spain.
Here's Garcia. Has been very busy actually since she came on for Galdente. Went off with what looks like a hamstring injury. Wahhabi. Hermoso into the tackle. Oberdorf. All sent forwards. And again, that offside line. Germany commit so many players to breaking that line. I think one of them's going to catch Spain out eventually. Guijarro. Pereira. That's a good ball. Putellas releasing Garcia, who's in, and goal side. Garcia, heavy touch. And Froome smothers.
It's a brilliant through ball, perfectly timed. The goalkeeper dropped in, but the heavy touch there from Garcia enabled the goalkeeper to come out and smother. Brilliant goalkeeping. And Raul did just enough to delay her that little bit to allow Frooms to come out and take it.
Here's Magul. Debritz. Magul. Raul over the top. Now Schürrle can get to this. No, Panos is out really quickly. This is 10 of the 11 Spain players who started the game against Scotland, their last qualifier. Paredes out injured. Any change? A team that knows each other very, very well. But at the moment, Germany are their match. Hatri Guijarro. Wahhabi. Guijarro again. Pereira. Happy Leon. So Maria Leon. Putellas. Guijarro quite far forward there, but that might give some space for Germany to break away quickly. And that's snuffed out to close in on half-time. Here is Leon. Barcelona. Here's Leon once more. Germany holding firm back there. Brands. And the game plan, I'm sure the German game plan working pretty well so far.
I'd imagine their manager will be very happy going into half-time at the moment. They've worked really hard. It's a good lesson for them to understand how they can bank up, how they can defend against a really talented Spanish side. But they've got to take the lessons into the second half of when they get opportunities moving forwards to be clinical.
Tried to send one through there. That was well covered by Badje. Must be remembered, this is basically as strong as Spain can get, really. They're only missing a couple of players from their side. Germany missing over at least 10 or so. Would certainly be in the mix to start. Bonmati. 2 minutes to be added on at the very least in this first half. We await our first goal, the Arnold Clark Cup. That's not to say there hasn't been plenty of interesting moments in this first half. Between two sides, pretty well matched as it stands, but Badje playing it through. Putellas. But there's Gwyn, the latest to cover defensively.
We saw Badje's pass in there to start off that attack. At Manchester United, she gets forward so much, she overlaps, she gets to the byline, she creates opportunities. She hasn't really had the chance to do that today. She's been a bit more defensive. In the second half, I'd like to see her a lot higher up.
So a corner late in this first half for Spain. What can they do with this? Cleared away by Magul. Brands. She did very well there. But Spain able to keep that pressure on, but Germany with the counter press, and this is Magul. Leon across. Hitting fire with fire, the two sides there.
Great recovery tackle there from Leon. Fantastic to stop any opportunity of that counter-attack from Germany.
Here's Feldkamp. Into that midfield to Dahlmann. Getting it back again. Gwyn playing it forward. Dahlmann doing well. Tried to prod it through. Couldn't work it to Derbrit. Well, you'd say that Germany will be the happier of the two sides so far. But neither manager will be too upset with how things have played out. Wahabi. Will this be the last attack of the half? Not completed. So half-time at the Riverside. And Germany showing their defensive discipline against the Spain side dominating the ball. They did have some good chances of their own, though, Germany, in the shape of Bull and Brand, who have shown glimpses of their burgeoning quality. But Spain have carried a thread as well. No goals so far. Half-time. Germany 0, Spain 0.
Well, this evening, the Lionesses take centre stage here in Middlesbrough as they face Canada, the Olympic champions. And that is from 6:45, seeing all these girls in action against each other in our second Arnold Clark Cup game of the afternoon at the Riverside Stadium. Meanwhile, here at the moment in our first game, it's currently 0-0 between Spain and Germany. Don't know where they're playing. So far, what we've seen from each team, we were discussing just before the break. If you are the German manager and you've gone in at half-time, you're feeling quite confident with what you've seen so far?
Yeah, definitely, especially defensively. They've been very well organised, very well structured, getting numbers behind the ball, not going out and putting on too much pressure on, just saying, come on, Spain, come and break us down. But very direct running when the Germans get the ball, especially when they get the ball transition quickly into Brand, into Bull. They've been the most effective forwards on the left-hand and right-hand side. And yeah, they've looked the more threatening for me, Germany.
Jorge Vilda will certainly be having a word with his team, his Spanish side that we expected to play a bit better than this. Expecting a bit of a bite back in the second half from Spain?
Yeah, definitely. I think limiting their touches in the final third. You know, Germany are a lot of numbers behind the ball, so you have to keep rotating positions. One comes in, one goes out. You've got to move the German defence around. More movement off the ball and disrupt this German defence. But for Spain and their strategies and their targets, they would not be happy with that first half performance.
We're not hearing of any changes for Germany just yet. Marta Cardona, you just saw there warming up. That could be a potential change for Spain, so we'll let you know. There she is there. How effective could changes be for Spain at the moment? How much they need to make a change?
Yeah, if this change does happen, she's an impact player, very skillful, can get at players, very comfortable, can make that final pass. So she's certainly a player that can come on and change this game for Spain.
It's a credit really to Germany that they're managing to do this with potentially 10 first team members out of their squad at the moment and still going and taking the game to Spain in the way that they are.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they've been such a big powerhouse in women's football for a number of years. Even when I was playing, we never actually beat Germany as an England national side. That's how good they were and have been over the years. So, you know, if you're missing a big core group of players, and these players have come in, they know the structure, they know the philosophy of play, and they've set it out perfectly these first 45 minutes.
OK, let's get into the second half here then. Germany versus Spain, your commentary team, Siobhan Chamberlain. But first, Seb Hutchinson.
Thank you, Laura. Second half about to begin. And no goals in that first half, no changes at half-time. So can Spain find a way through this Germany defence, which was resolute, disciplined, and showed some fearsomeness really in their counter-attack, going forward, the talent that they had. What can Spain do to find a way through? Looking for the run of Putellas, and Oberdorf watchful, but not watchful enough! And Putellas tucks it away right at the start of the second half. Germany's young defender makes an error at the back, and Spain and their World Player of the Year punishes them.
We asked what response Spain would have asked for at half-time, and this is exactly it. Putellas making that run. It's a mistake by the defender, but she's there to pounce. A lovely finish over the goalkeeper, giving her absolutely no chance. And that opens up this game completely now. It's not what Oberdorf's going to want to see again. We saw in the first half, Leon brought one down just like that, showed the composure. Oberdorf didn't quite have the same technique, and it's ended up 1-0 to Spain.
Well, Spain, after toiling away to try and find a way through the Germany defence, they've taken their first chance of the second half. And they have that advantage, which they love so much, the way they play. Because once they're in front, they're hard to shift. Garcia, lovely control. Slipping into Putellas. Wahabi. Putellas. And Wahabi. Decent ball in. That one's cleared away by Oberdorf. Putellas. Leon, back she goes. What a confidence booster for Spain. There's no suggestion they're going to change their approach now. Bonmati. Garcia, who has really made an impression since coming on. Garcia keeping that ball tight to her. Wahabi. Putellas. And Wahabi couldn't quite get there, cover from Rao.
Talk about Spain not changing their approach, but right from the start they looked a little bit more direct. They thought, we need to put it on Germany. They've got so many bodies in front in that midfield area. Can we stretch them? Can we put them under pressure early? Leon's very first kick of the game of that second half was going long, and then the through ball, and Putellas puts it in the back of the net.
Spain have their frontline striker taking corners. Hermoso tried to pull it back to the edge of the box. Badje with an ambitious attempt. Scored a stunning goal on the opening weekend of the WSL this season against Reading.
She's definitely got the ability to hit them. This one slightly more audacious and didn't quite get the sighting on it that she'd have wanted, but shows the confidence that the young player has.
And never scored for Spain. But a confident start from Spain in this second half. Magul. That ball crowded out quickly. Gwyn. She's three bodies around her, snapping into the challenge, and Spain can break away now. Sarriegi getting it back to Badje. Pereira. Mapi Leon. Garcia. What do you think about Garcia's impact since she's come on, Siobhan?
She's looked really lively. She's been direct, she's cutting in, she's taking opportunities, and she's been a real threat to this German backline. She's looked really promising since she's come on.
Here's Wahabi. Garcia. Hermoso wanted that pass, and it just wasn't on point, but you can see them linking up on the same wavelength, and Garcia is not one of the Barcelona players in the side. Margot. Germany determined to pass out, but the pressure too much that time. Patrick Guijarro, calm as you like. Pereira. It's Guijarro again. Badge. So much about this template of the way Spain play. So similar to the men's side 12 years ago. Love to keep the ball, press really well, and sometimes just need one to win the game.
And this could very well be that one. So we said a little miss kick there from Oberdorf, but Putellas, the class and the quality with that left foot just to dink it straight over the goalkeeper, and the composure in that first minute of that second half to put it into the back of the net.
The first goal of the Arnold Clark Cup. Hopefully the first of many. The quality on show. Hermoso. Spain are about to make a couple of changes. Garcia. Here's Hermoso. No clear-cut chance for her so far. Saregi trying to find Badge. It's just the way round Spain will want it. Badge attacking, Gwyn defending. Putellas. It's on to Bonmati. And Sarriegi. This is dangerous for Germany. Oberdorf away. Debritz. Decent play from her in the end. It's not too long before Spain win it back. Putellas. Sarriegi. Maybe one of her last involvements in the game. Badge. Just keeping them pinned in though. Germany had barely crossed the halfway line in this second half. Badge. Bonmati. Badge. Margot. It's a bit desperate back there though for Germany. Difficult spell for them.
Mentally, what it takes it out of you to come out into the second half feeling really positive, and to concede straight away, it changes everything from your half-time team talk and just drains that little bit of energy out of you.
And there's still a long way to go. Here's Garcia. Putellas. Decent balance, but Oberdorf was tight enough and in enough quickly. Debritz, relieving free kick, ordered by Tess Olofsson, the referee.
Smart defending there from Spain. They could see that Debritz was coming away with it, just trying to slow the game down, giving away the foul in a non-dangerous area of the pitch. Smart play from the Spanish team there.
Spain still holding off on their substitutes for now. Well, they have this advantage in the game. Now Spain felt they should have had a free kick there, but Germany looking to break. Magul. And now Bull. Can't find a way through, went direct. Spain shut the door. Putellas just slows the game down to her tempo. Just that simple little moment from Putellas just allows Spain to stretch the play again. Garcia to run The defender, Raul Garcia, gets it back. Couldn't unleash the shot. One pass too many in the end that she attempted. Germany can break. Debritz. She's got options left and right. Looked for Brands. Looked the more ambitious ball there. And Paños to slow things down. The two Spanish substitutes waiting to come on. Patrick Guijarro. Leon to Wahabi. Here's Layla Wahabi again. Garcia. Guijarro. Pereira. Goes to Badje. Just waiting for that Germany defence to switch off at any moment. On Mati. Right it goes, Badje. Hermoso. It's gone out of play. That might be Hermoso's last involvement in the game. She's about to be substituted. She knows it yet. Spain about to make a double change, and two Real Madrid players about to come on. Here's Bonmati. Lovely feet from Bonmati. Couldn't pick the pass in the end. Technically gifted player. Guijarro. Plays it into Putellas, tried to help it on quickly. Debritz. Ball. A goal from Alexia Putellas. The difference between these two sides. Magul. Oberdorf with the foot in. Here's Putellas again. Guijarro. Wahabi. Still the substitutes wait for Spain. But they're in no rush. Guijarro sends it in and volleyed over by Bonmati. Slow, quick from Spain.
The vision from Patry here to make that pass. Bonmati on that back shoulder of the defender. You'd expect more from her there, the talent she's got. You'd expect that on target, making that goalkeeper work. But it's that slightly more direct play from Spain that we're seeing in this second half that's causing Germany many more problems.
And we do finally see the double substitution from Spain. Jenny Hermoso going off, no goal for her today. And Amayor Saregi going off. And Marta Cardona and Esther Gonzalez, the two players from Real Madrid coming on. And there is a huge game coming up in the Champions League, a knockout tie between Real Madrid and Barcelona. 85,000 expected to attend that game at the Camp Nou, which will be a record-breaking fixture of attendance for a club game in women's football. Lost by Debritz. Oberdorf. Bullish play from her, but she got a tackle caught late there, Oberdorf. It's quickly up, but Germany do have a player down, and Spain not putting the ball out of play yet, but it will be stopped here by referee Olofsson. I think it's Gwyn down on that side.
Absolute crunching tackle here. Those three or four flew in within the space of a couple of minutes. But this one definitely looked painful for Gwyn. Hopefully she's okay and happy to continue.
Badje on Oberdorf, and then Cardona has just come on flying in on Gwyn. Well, what about Tecklenburg? How would she be thinking about the game so far, Sean?
She'll be incredibly frustrated. How hard her team worked in that first half to stick to the game plan, to be organised, to be regimental in their defensive play, to then get outdone in that very first moment before they'd switched on. But they've worked hard again since. They just need to get a bit more of a foothold in the game in the second half now.
Gwyn seems to be okay. Probably not with the fact that she's not been able to attack in this game. Would have expected that. Napileon, good pass into that pocket where Putellas is. Putellas again. Cardona, good dribbler. Bonmati, wide it goes. Cross sent in. Goalkeeper stretching for that one. Was Frooms. Spain still coming forward. Napileon. And Leon going on, trying to chip it in. It's going to break here, though, to Wahabi. Trying to thread a pass through the eye of the needle. Garcia, and just runs out of room in the end. But Frooms did enough there.
It's a brilliant delivery in from Mona Badje. And the goalkeeper does well to get her feet across and get a strong punch on it. Because you saw there, Garcia was coming in at that back post space.
Germany remained determined to pass it out, but they're just losing out again there. Feldkamp. Debritz. They've got some good ball players in that midfield, Germany, and they're having to work really hard to retain possession. But ball gives it away. In goes Oberdorf. There's Napileon. Possession changing hands frequently. Germany here missing so many players, but the nation has made a mistake at the back. Cleared away. Oberdorf again there. Just a few shaky moments for her in this second half. Patrick-Iharo, Wahabi. Here's Leon. All the Spanish players comfortable on the ball, all able to pick a pass. Cardona. Chikiharo, Wahabi, Garcia. Tried to get going, lost it, then won it back again, and Spain winning it back. Bonmati didn't catch hold of that, and deflection took all the power off it.
Germany just haven't had the luck of the ball at the moment, the way it's been dropping. A nice comfortable deflection causing that to come back in, but at the moment they haven't been able to get hold of it. Every time there's a Spanish player there ready to pick the ball up.
Here's Debritz, lovely skill, got away from the challenge. And this has opened up here for Germany. What can Debritz do? Slides it in, and Charlotte, the flag's up. Charlotte's barely had a touch in this second half, but that didn't quite run for her in the end.
Charlotte's had to work really hard. Just strays. Oh, a really, really tight decision there. Potentially just strays, just offside. I think the goalkeeper would have come out and claimed it anyway. Slightly heavy touch from Schürrle there. She'll be disappointed with that.
Well, Daumann's going off here. One of two German changes. I think Ball is also making her way off. So Schürrle will stay on for now. So the youngster Ball makes way. And Sophia Kleinhorn, who really impressed at Wembley at the end of 2019, player of the match in that particular game. And Nicole Anyomi, or winger for Eintracht Frankfurt, comes on for just her third cap. So first changes for Germany. Oberdorf, who looks like she stepped into the midfield. And her first piece of action in midfield is to concede a foul.
A late challenge there on Ona Badye, and Manchester United fans, I'm sure, will be hoping that she doesn't feel any bad repercussions from that and she's okay and can continue. But yeah, a slight change of speed there in the midfield compared to when you're playing at the back, and you can't afford to make those kind of challenges.
I think with Kleinhern coming on, Oberdorf will be unleashed in the midfield. Leon sends it in, a tester, and Froome's got something on it. Hello, Wahabi. We'll see if this change in personnel for Germany helps them out. Brands hasn't been able to be on the front foot too much in this second half. There's confirmation of the double change. Darman and Bull going off, and Kleinhern, the defender, coming on. And Yomi, forward player. Here's Wahabi. Now Leon. Pereira. Bonmati. He's had a couple of chances in this game. Bonmati again. Spun didn't get the pass into Putellas that she wanted. Garcia. Wins it back. Bonmati, Giharo. Wahabi is able to get forward, high up the pitch. Left full back. Out it goes towards Cardona here. Bonmati. Badye. Bonmati. Spain shifting that ball around. Bonmati. Giharo. Putellas. Badye inside. Bonmati. Patry. Giharo. Out it goes. Wahabi. And leaving it for Garcia. Giharo. Garcia. Just made a mess of the finish in the end. Caught in two minds perhaps, but more lovely football from Spain.
And again, it's Patry in there, pulling the strings, dictating play, playing those brilliant through balls. Garcia's got to do better there with that finish. It's such a sublime ball through from Patry. Brilliant, brilliantly weighted, just didn't have the finish.
Good game for Patry so far. Patry Giharo. In goes the corner. Leon. And Froome's again, not for the first time in this game. And Yomi. Magul won't get to that. It just runs out of play. A chance to mention this isn't the only game in the Arnold Clark Cup today. Later tonight, England face the Olympic champions, Canada. Coverage starting from 6:45 on ITV4. Leon. Garcia. Putellas. Dinks out that cross, and Froome's didn't get anywhere near that one, and Cardona was arriving at the back post.
It's a great through ball here, and the delivery from Putellas is fantastic. There's four bodies from Spain in the box there attacking it. None of them managed to get on the end of it, but brilliant delivery, and you can tell why she's the best player in the world right now.
Guijarro. Wahabi. Garcia. Wahabi. Here's Guijarro. Another beautiful pass, just ran away from Cardona. But she is making things happen constantly. Here's Patry.
Another lovely through ball. Just couldn't quite get on the end of it there, but as you said, she's the one that's pulling the strings. She's the one that's making things happen for this Spanish side.
Now Oberdorf will try to charge forward. Anyomi. Magul. These sort of breaks have been very rare for Germany. Here's Magul. And a reminder again, they are missing a host of important players, including captain Alexandra Popp and Jennifer Marochan, who was one of the best players in the world in midfield, both out injured, and lost 6 players from the original squad announced, 5 of them due to COVID, including #1 goalkeeper, starting centre-back as well, starting full-back, midfielders, the lot. Whereas this Spain side is pretty much full strength from the beginning. Had to made a few changes since then. Badje. Most helped on Cardona, who's eased off the ball by Debritz. One of only a handful of players in this Germany team that don't play in Germany. In club football. Kleinhern. Well down the line. Now this is promising for Germany. Really promising. Fine save by Panos to deny Magul. Arriving late, the midfielder. And Panos, who's barely had anything to do back there, springing into action to keep Spain in the lead.
It's a brilliant stop from Panos. Great play here from Germany. We haven't seen them attacking much this half. They got the lucky run, but a brilliant save. As you said, she's barely touched the ball this half, so to still stay alert and to make big saves in big moments, that's exactly what you want from your goalkeeper.
That might give Germany some encouragement, though. Oberdorf looking to help it on. But Debritz, talented player. Oberdorf, talented player. There's no shortage of talent in the German ranks.
It'll be really interesting to see how long it'll take Germany to slightly change their style of play. They're a goal down. They need to come out a little bit more. They need to start attacking if they're going to get anything out of this game. But, of course, that opens them up to potential counter and more attacking from the Spanish side.
Must be remembered, even though we've been sort of pretty much setting the line of how dominant Spain were going to be or how well they're going to do at the Euros, they've never beaten Germany in their history. They're looking to open them up here, and Garcia has really shown some thrust to add to all the composure in midfield. Leon. Here's Leon again. Trying to clip that ball over the top to Bonmati. He's going to bake to Patry. Guijarro sliding it through, goalkeeper out. A good communication in the end between her and the defender Kleinhern.
I'd really like to have seen Patry hit one then. It's good goalkeeping, but she had the opportunity to just unleash one. I'd love to have seen her. She's got the range of passing, she's got the range of shooting. She had that opportunity, and sometimes it's just that overplaying.
Good play from Debritz. Now Brand. First time ball in, Leon away. Debritz has shown some decent poise in this second half. Having to launch some of those attacks for Germany, but it's going to be double changes from both sides again. As I said, they are able to make 6 changes. They're going to have to wait for now. Brand playing it in. Leon. Puteas. Calmly done. Likewise, Patrick Guerrero. This is Garcia. Now Wahabi. The last time Spain lost was to the United States in the She Believes Cup in March 2020. They won every single game they played in 2021. And as it stands, they're continuing that into 2022 against elite opposition. Here's Garcia. Magulu had that chance for Germany. Brand gives it away. So we might see a triple change from Spain. Badje out, squeezing it out to Cardona. On Mati. You wonder with those changes, if Spain do make those changes, that rhythm of that Barcelona midfield, the chokehold they've had, this Germany team, be broken, relieved a little bit. Here's Debritz. And Yomi. Oberdorf gives it away. Putellas spins away from Oberdorf. Can she pick the right pass? Gonzalez was the option, but here's Garcia. And Garcia! Oh, fine save to tip it onto the woodwork from Frooms to keep it at just 1-0. Germany escape. Here's Putellas. Nice feet from Putellas. Driving forward. Still has it. It goes for goal. And pushed wide by the Germany goalkeeper Frooms, who's been busy in the last minute.
Frooms has had to be at her best these last couple of minutes to keep her team in this game. First, a brilliant save from Garcia. And then this one, tipped around the post from Putellas. But it's the earlier chance, which was the most magnificent save. Curling into that top corner, tipped onto the crossbar. It's a brilliant save and definitely keeps her team in the game.
I think Spain, are they going to make their changes here? Bonmati is walking towards the touchline. It looks like it is about to happen. So Bonmati makes her way off, and Putellas as well. The changes for Spain here, considering how many they made. Irene Guerrero, a midfielder from Levante, one of those to come off, and Claudia Pina, another Barcelona player, the youngster, who hasn't had much time in the Champions League, but she comes on. Brand, hasn't happened for her in the second half. It was always going to be a bit tricky the way the game was going. And Selina Churchy, highly rated forward. Plays for Postan. Has come on as well. And McGull had that great chance, makes way. And now a free gang. Forward comes on. In goes Spain's corner. And it's going to be a goal kick. Well, it's always the way in these sort of matches when you have all these changes. We'll see what it does to the flow of the contest.
Indeed, and it's always interesting when teams make changes at set pieces. You don't often like to see it happening, and to see 5 happen at a corner kick is always an interesting one, but they managed to get away with it.
Does this open the door perhaps for Germany in a game in which, or certainly a second half in which Spain have dominated, but to try and break forward again? Patrick Guerrero is still at the base of that midfield. Maybe an opening here for Germany with all those changes. Regang trying to slip it through, just a bit too much on that in the end. Do you agree with that, Siobhan, though? The fact that this might give an opening to Germany in a game that Spain have controlled, it feels like.
Most definitely. You look at that central midfield of Spain. They've dominated the game so far. They're so comfortable playing to each other. They all play together at club football, international stage. So when you break that up, when you change it, especially in a game that's as tight as it is at the moment, is going to have implications, and hopefully for Spain it doesn't lose their shape too much, but for Germany it's a great opportunity to try and exploit it.
Well, closing in on the last 10 minutes in what are essentially friendly matches, but friendly matches that teach us so much about the strengths of these sides. In these two's case, a rivalry that will be reunited at the Euros. Oh, the confirmation. Random Magul going off. Freegang and Churchy coming on. Churchy chests it off nicely. Freegang charging after that. There's that argument to say that Germany, of course, do have more depth than Spain. So in these sort of scenarios, maybe more impact off the bench, but we will see. Alexandri has also come on at the base of that defence. A talented young defender. Morale has had a very busy afternoon. Schürrle helping it on to Churchy. Couldn't get away from Wahabi. Guerrero. Goes to Gonzalez. Iharo gets her head up looking for the run of Gonzalez. They're a bit fragmented at the moment, but the only thing that means that we might get another goal in this game. But Spain leading, and in a competitive game, you'd fancy they'll be a tough side to beat when they do get their noses in front in games, just because of the control they have on the games. There's only a chance for Germany here in these closing 10 minutes. Debritz.
For all the opportunities that Spain have had in this second half, mainly those created through the vision of Patry, there's still only one goal up, and there's still opportunity for Germany to get back into this game.
But it's Spain on the attack. Couldn't slip the pass through to Garcia, who's just full of running up front there for Spain. Working hard to put Kleinherd under pressure. Freegang. Churchy loses the ball though. Good play from Guerrero. Garcia is up to the rhythm of the play. Wahabi. Guiharo just squeezes that pass away from Debritz. Thought she had her there. Paños. Here is Alexandri. Passing not quite on point for those who've come on as well in the game, just trying to get it into the flow of it. This is Wahabi. Guerrero. Here's Badget. Play that forward, and Gonzalez able to turn. Real Madrid feeding that ball into midfield to Levante. Shape of Guerrero. Here's Garcia. Guerrero looks sharp since coming on. Now Anyomi. Debritz. He's been Germany's best player in this second half, but there's that Spain pressure again.
Germany just haven't really had time to rest when they're on the ball. Sometimes when you're in possession, you just need the opportunity, just pass it round the back, just take your time, move the ball, get your breath back, get that momentum for when you want to then move forward and penetrate the Spanish defence. But they haven't had that opportunity. Every time they're on the ball, Spain have been pressing them the instant they get possession.
Well, Froome's down at the moment. Of course, Germany missing their usual #1 Schultz, but they do have in reserve and Katrin Berger of Chelsea. If they do need to make a change in goal, a very good goalkeeper in her own right.
It's not to be cynical as a former goalkeeper, but the way the German team sprinted straight over to the touchline then as she sat down, it looked to me like they're potentially trying to get some information on. They've got probably about 10 minutes with injury time left to play. They want to get something out of this game. They've made a lot of changes. It's an opportunity here for the manager to get that information on. And hopefully, Froomes is okay because she's kept the minutes so far.
And this is one of those situations where she kept Spain out in brilliant style.
It's a brilliant save. Her top hand stretches up, reaches so far. Full stretch right onto that crossbar. I think Garcia thought it was going in. And if I had anything critical to say of Garcia today, she's been lively, but she's lacked that final product, that cutting edge, that ruthlessness. Can't criticise her much for that one. I think it was just an outstanding save.
And indeed, Froomes does seem okay. Here's Patrick Guijarro. Just helping it out with ease to Garcia. And Spain can pass this time away, that's for sure. Guijarro playing it forward. Gonzalez, excellent control. Can she work it to the right? She can. Four waiting for the cross, but it doesn't come in the end because Debritz is back there for Germany.
Debritz has worked tirelessly for this German side. You said she's probably been the best player in the second half, and I would agree with you. Both in attack and defence, she's worked so hard to cover ground for her team and keep them nice and compact.
So Spain a corner. And they have that lead as time closes in. So the right 10 for them. Leon hangs that corner. Germany can clear this one. Do they have another chance left in them? Alexandri, she loses it, and Debritz works it out to Churchy. Regangers forward, and she gets there. Now they do have options here, Germany. Can they get a late equaliser? Mappy Leon stretching and gets there. Had to time that tackle right. Kleinhern. Regang. And Yomi. Inside, will it break? Taralo is going to break it. Big chance for Germany, and they've taken it. Schürrle equalises late on for the Germans. They're never out of a game. Dogged defending, they've hung on in there, and they've taken a late opportunity.
Schürrle's been quiet this game. She hasn't had too many opportunities, but Rao here that works so hard, and Schul's clinical. She's not going to miss from there. Passes it into the empty net. Kamikaze defending from Spain. They had opportunities to clear, but you have an opportunity from there, and there was no chance for Paños with that one. 1-1, and full credit to Germany for how hard they've worked in this game.
Well, Schürrle has an absolutely fantastic record, to be honest. That's her 24th goal and her 35th cap for Germany. Churchy flooding forward. Germany might even win this. And Yomi. Well, things can always change quickly in football. Oberdorf pumping it forward. Spain a little stretched here. Schürrle. Here's Garcia, looking to surge past her opponent there in Kleinhern. And we had an idea that Spain might come under a little bit of pressure near the end. But the substitutions, you feel, may have just been that route back for Germany, as we felt they might be. Alexandri, he's helped on, and wide it goes, Cardona. It goes to Gonzalez, but there's Oberdorf. Debritz. Germany will fancy a winner, would you believe? And the cover there from Wahabi. And Pagnos, who could do nothing about that finish from Schürrle, who took it so well. One back by Oberdorf, and just holds her opponent off. We're going to get 4 minutes here, at least, as the ball goes back to Frooms. And that's going to run out of play, which gives me a chance to ask you, Siobhan, a tricky game to judge, who your player of the match is.
Without doubt, for me, it's Patri Guijarro. I think she's been fantastic for Spain in the middle of the pitch. She's dictated play. If it wasn't for some poor finishing, Spain would be out of sight. The quality that she's had on the ball, the vision, the through balls that she's played through, they should have had more goals on the board. But for me, she's definitely player of the match today.
She is pinging that ball out to the right-hand side. Here's Cardona. Ajay down the line. Frustrating, really, for Spain. It's their winless record against Germany set to continue. Debritz. I'll keep repeating, with all those changes, still wouldn't put it past a German winner.
Definitely not, and it's really interesting. We spoke before about the fact that Spain haven't beaten Germany, and to be in such a tight position, but to have that lead. I know it's a tournament situation, you need to make changes, but to mix up that whole midfield, make those wholesale changes, it's unsettled them so much and potentially cost them 2 points.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Germany will be happier with this scoreline. It's Tecklenburg there, Martina Vos Tecklenburg in the background, and a slightly glum-looking Spain bench, really. They've got that advantage at the start of the second half, but Germany took their late opportunity. But here's Garcia, still time, but she couldn't squeeze the pass away. Churchy, Wahabi wins it back. And a free kick to Spain.
If this was most teams, you'd say added time, not much longer left on the clock, launch it into the box, but I can't see that happening with Spain.
And maybe if it's the group game at the Euros. Of course, not so many changes will be made in that particular game. Leon. Now Wahabi. Shigihara gives it away, though. Oberdorf holds off the challenge of Guerrero, tried to slide that through to Schürrle. And Naomi there, not quite on point with her pass. Eintracht Frankfurt player. So, about a minute to go. Here's Guerrero. Cardona and Naomi back there. Here's Oberdorf, play it forward, still looking to play that ball forward, Germany. And a game that sort of sums both nations up, really, their style. We expected Spain to be dominant on the ball. We expected Germany to stay in the game, to be resolute, and if they were to get chances, be clinical. Think back to those saves from Frooms as well. It was only 1-0. Now Patri Guijarro. Garcia couldn't collect the pass, goes on. Felt she was tucked. The decision goes the other way. But Patri almost picked the lock there.
Almost a perfect through ball, but brilliant defending here from Rao. Gets her body between herself and the attacker. And she's had an impact in both boxes today.
As you mentioned earlier, Siobhan, she's had chances, Garcia. Could have had a hat-trick on another day. Puff of the cheeks from her. So Spain still can't beat Germany, despite dominating so much of the game with possession and taking the lead through Alexia Putellas at the start of the second half. The Germans found a way through to find an equaliser late on through Lea Schürrle. And so the spoils are shared in the opening game of the Arnold Clark Cup. Neither side able to pick up that advantage over England and Canada already. A final score from the Riverside of Germany 1, Spain 1, and all the analysis after the break.